the countdown is kind of weird.
It
It's kind of silly. It's just like
because the thing is, how am I going to know where to catch from toast?
Is it on go? Is it 3, 2, 1 go? Go. Okay, so on go.
But now,
So on go, then we was like, oh, when we start talking.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway, hey Maps,
Hey, bro.
how you doing, bro?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Man, it's so hot.
It really is.
I talked about this last time, but it's still so hot. Have you seen that report? Apparently, we're in a heat wave.
It's going to hit like 42 degrees.
In Kitwe?
I don't know, but there was a range like 37 to 42.
Can there be like a government mandate that we should just be like half day for everyone? Should we find you working?
What?
Should we find you be fined? 13 hours, everybody go home. Go home.
But the funny thing is, you work for yourself.
I know.
That won't work for you.
I know, but I just want like the government to subsidize swimming pools and like, like Nima, but like for swimming pools, swimming pools and like bars, and just like we're subsidizing, so everyone should get a chance.
And the beers.
And anything cold.
Bro.
The government should subsidize
On
lower
ice.
temperatures. Anyone supporting anything with lower temperatures, it's great. You know the way like the church gets like tax deductions?
Tax exemptions, yeah.
Air conditioning companies, they need to get theirs as well.
True.
Just like you guys need to provide air cons for 3 kwacha. 3 kwacha air cons. The new budget's out, but like, they should have put it in. If they knew about the heat wave, they'll be like, we're also just putting 1 billion kwacha into air conditioning in Zambia, and then people just be clapping.
You know who's going to win?
Who's going to win?
The Ice Boys.
The Ice Boys?
Yeah, the boyfriends that are sent to go buy ice.
Yeah!
Now they have changed.
What are they now?
They'll have changed.
Now they'll have changed.
Because ice will be reduced.
Oh, man. Oh.
Think about it, they'll be
Please.
balling.
Ice should be free. Just you pass anywhere, you're in the streets, just like, do you want some ice? Like, I'd love some ice. Just put it on my lap, please. So yeah, man, the heat is killing me, but I'm all right, I'm feeling okay. Life's been kind of going. By the way, Maps, right? So, I don't know if I mentioned this officially to you, but the last time we were here, I was like, I want to listen to more Zambian music. I feel like I don't listen to enough Zambian music, right?
And you did.
I did, and it was the best. It was the best.
Give me a list.
I can't give you a list, but I'll give you one person. I've been blasting this one particular song, I think the whole of the previous weekend. J Lima ZM. It's a bit of a mouthful, his name, but it's great. I don't know. He's got a project. I can't remember the name, but then he's got this song, Tichiliza. It's great summer vibes.
I've seen his name around. I just haven't really listened to his music like that.
It's so good. It's so
But I
good.
think I'll give it a
It's
try.
got these great summer vibes, I can definitely see people putting like the song into like these Tuma video compilations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like it's a good vibe, you're chilling out in the subsidized pools given by the government, and and just having a great time. Just having a great time. I think it's great. I hope this continues. I want more people to recommend me great Zambian music, because I saw there was so much range. So much range.
There
And
is.
so much range. So many people doing like alternative stuff, people doing like these like pop things, people doing, I don't know if I would say like Afro beat style
There's a
music.
couple.
Yeah,
There's
there's a couple, definitely vibing. I listened to half of Why Celeb's new album,
Half of it.
Range.
That's the
good
thing.
range.
That's the thing.
It's good range.
That's the thing. I didn't expect that much range from that album. I swear, because I expected to have one sound the whole way, but it didn't, and I was shocked, and I was happily shocked. I was like, "Bruh, this is a great project.
It's so good.
This is a great project.
It's good. It's good.
Do you think it would be like maybe next year's album of their conversations?
It could be a contender. It could be a contender. It could be a contender. I know it's got a lot of motion, and it's playing everywhere.
It's playing everywhere. But the question is, what other projects will be out by this time next year?
By this time next year, right?
But
I think there's going to be a lot.
The thing is, I don't see a lot of like albums, because the main big people have already dropped their projects.
True.
So, and sometimes like the time period, like a year or 2 year gap between albums.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Unless you're Jerox who drops albums every year. We love you, Jerox, though. Unless you're Jerox who drops album every year, because he did August 10,
Yeah.
August. I'm sure Augustine.
Hasn't your mom's been dropping a project every year?
No. At least he took last year. He didn't drop anything. He dropped Commando the other year.
It was the other year.
It was the other year.
Oh.
Commando. I remember Commando and what's my guy's name again? Commando and Tilo's projects dropped in the same year.
Okay.
And in my head, or not in my head, like me and other people were having the conversation which album was better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone knows where my answer is.
I know.
That
We
that
all
one.
know.
But
Yeah.
Tilo dropped another project this year. I haven't listened to it yet, but I want to sit down with it. So like I'm sure. I think this weekend I'm sitting down. He dropped it last week.
Yeah.
Dropped last week.
Yeah.
I've heard some snippets and they're pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds the sounds a little more different.
Is it deep? Is it still like? Because his music is.
His music is lyrical.
So lyrical.
He's so lyrical.
He's
So
so
it's
lyrical.
great. It does have some lyrics.
It's just like.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets you there.
But the sounds that I heard from it, they weren't really your typical Afro. They had some Western elements to it.
Okay.
Which was cool.
I like mashups. I like listening music from all over. So I don't mind if Zambian music is taking elements from elsewhere. I think it's great.
I heard one song that had like an 80s. You know how the 80s
like
pop
80s
trend.
synth.
Yeah, the 80s pop trend
yeah,
is kind of in
yeah.
there. He had one of those songs, and I was like,
okay. Some like Stranger Things vibes
Okay,
going
that's very
on.
impressive.
Okay.
So yeah, so Zambian music is on an upwards tier right now.
I love it. I love to hear it.
On an upward tier right
You
now.
know, when we got here, apparently we're not very stylish. We're not very stylish. Apparently, we're just learning that we have to like coordinate our outfits, and so that we don't clash, so that we're friendly for the camera.
I started a brand so that I didn't have to wear.
So you didn't have to wear.
Didn't have to wear other clothes. Didn't have to wear other clothes.
Yeah.
So guys, Audacity. This particular shirt goes for $150.
Palo shamelessly plugging his business.
Yes, because I want mine.
I mean, I want some money too. And apparently makeup, because we're really oily, and toast is not oily. Toast is ashy. Toast is ashy. No, you know, really. Some people have like oily skin. I think toast is a little bit ashy. No.
It's that dry skin.
But you know
like
when he's like, when he comes in, he's just from bathing and he's got that velvet black, and he's just like, this guy is a model. Iwe. Toast. Yeah, beautiful toast. Toast is behind the camera. Beautiful man.
You're beautiful toast.
Yeah, beautiful blow.
Beautiful.
You're beautiful blow.
We
We love you, man. Just so handsome. Toast doesn't take compliments, so right now he's just he doesn't know how to act. So yeah.
But I think that's like every guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
we should definitely talk about that. How men don't get enough compliments.
And the compliment they get is just like, oh my goodness.
Right? You keep it
Bruh,
for life.
Bruh. I think the first time someone told me I was good looking, the whole week, the way I walked.
And like any compliment, man. I'm telling you, one time I met, this was years ago, maybe like 2013, 2014. And I remember my aunt came to where I was working by chance, right? Like, she's not like a family friend, auntie, she's very nice, very friendly, very bubbly woman, right? And then she sees me from a distance. I'm in my work suit. I'm dirty. I'm just looking confused. And she just approaches me and she's like, Withu, my sunshine. And I swear, I melted. And I melted. And I tell you, man, not 3 weeks passes, and I'm just like, man.
I'm someone's sunshine.
Someone called me their sunshine, man. What a weird, not weird, but like, who just meet you and they're like, my sunshine. And I was like, and that's the day I realized that I think men don't get enough love. Yeah,
but
yeah,
true.
man. So like, the funniest thing happened, right? Yesterday, or I think sometime this week, right? So I'm going home. I'm knocking off with my brother, right? And it's like 18 hours somewhere there. And, he's like, man, I'm so hungry, but I'm so tired. I don't want to cook. We know the struggle, right? It's just like, I don't want to cook. And then he's like, can you get like Nando's or something, And he's serious. Like, because we're really tired. It was a long day. It's hot. And he's like, can we get some Nando's, right? And my pocket was feeling a little bit tight, you know, real tight. Like I should go to the tailor and I should zip up. I should get zips for my pocket.
Like, but who?
And you won't believe the words that came out of my mouth. I said, "There's food at home," and then in that moment, I just was like, "Am I my father now?"
I have become
my father.
I become what I feared the most.
I've become what I feared the most. And and I was so serious. And I was like, "There's food at home," because we had like leftover rice and something. And I was like, "There's food at home," and I kept quiet the rest of the drive. And I was just like, I just felt myself like morphing into my dad, you know, with my glasses, and I was just like, "Damn. Oh, Mr. Singogo, am I you? Are you me? Are we the same person?" And it's crazy. I know we've been talking about growing up, you know. So like right now, I think we're in this little series where we're talking about growing up because we're young adults.
Yeah.
Right? We're young adults and we're getting to that stage in our life where everything is changing. Responsibilities are just blowing up. It's crazy, right? And I think we might be the best people to talk about it because that's us, you know. Growing pains, you know, like the cost of rent. You know, the cost of rent. I went to ShopRite. I think I spent 1,000 kwacha, and it was in a plastic in one hand, a medium-sized plastic, and I was like, "Is this it?" Because what happened was, I was in ShopRite. Then I was like, I think there was no bread in ShopRite, so let me go to Pick and Pay. I left my brother with my card. He's like, "Oh, just swipe for it."
Yeah.
So my phone gives me notifications, right? And then you swipe for like 1,000 something, and I was like, what's up? You know, we've bought groceries
for like a month.
Yeah.
For a month.
Yeah. Then I just see him with one plastic, and I was like, "Have you thrown away the other groceries? Have you given them away?
Is everything good?
Are we a charity?" And he's like, "Look at and I counted the receipt. I was like, we've been scammed. They've overcharged us, or they gave us the wrong price because there's no way this washing powder is costing me this much money." It's like, why is it so expensive? You know? So yeah. And again, I remembered growing up. I remember my parents, I'm in ShopRite, and I'm just like, I want that truck. I want these sweets. And they're just like, and they give you that death look, that death stare, that just like, if you continue, we might just give you to ShopRite.
Like you're staying here. You're
right?
staying here. Like you're staying here.
Yeah.
But where are you going to go?
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go?
This behavior.
Like, we'll give you away. Get your behavior.
Get your behavior.
Just in one look. Just like, get your behavior, much. And I'm just like,
I'm
right. You know, so I'm feeling it now, right? And I said, thinking about like over these years, you know, I think I've been taking care of myself for quite some time, maybe like 5 years now since, you know, I finished school and everything, started working for myself, and I'm looking back now and I'm like, were my parents right about everything?
The thing is, they were very well. Everything, not so sure. Most things, probably, especially when it comes to money. When it comes to money, I think our parents should be like the blueprint.
They really stretched those kwachas out, man.
Bro.
Stretched them out.
Bro.
Built a house.
Bro.
Took kids to school.
Bro.
Man.
Because I look at my dad with the 6 of us.
Yeah.
And each one of us has been to school.
Yeah.
And he's built houses.
Educated
everyone. He's built enough houses. And I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, on a teacher's salary, he's a teacher.
Right?
Yeah, and he's been teaching for years. Man. So you'll be thinking, this man obviously has like a side hustle or something. But man, the side, I remember we had buses growing up.
Yeah.
That didn't work out. But he made it work still.
Yeah.
Like, businesses are hard. I think that's when I realized business is hard.
This is hard, man.
Especially when you in like logistics and transport.
Man, I'm struggling. Sometimes like my Spotify will be like, you need to pay for your subscription, and I'm like, bro, and I wake up every day. I'm just like, How long until they cancel it?
Bro,
how long until they cancel my subscription?
I've stretched it. They actually cancelled it. The thing is, I see my Zazu, because I pay using Zazu.
Yeah.
My Zazu pops up. Boom, I see how much I'm supposed to pay.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, the dollar's going up.
Yeah.
So each time the dollar goes up, the contract goes up.
It's more.
It's more. So I'm looking at it. It started with like earlier on this year. It was like, oh no, when was it? Earlier on last month.
Yeah.
I was supposed to pay in like mid-month or somewhere there.
Yeah.
It started properly. It was like maybe 50 something, 60.
Yeah.
Then it got out of hand.
Yeah.
I started seeing like at 65, 67. Like if I check right now, I'm sure it's at 64. I'm waiting for it to go down to 60. Maybe I can do it at something.
Yeah.
But bro, everything's so expensive.
Everything's so expensive.
Tissue. Like, why is tissue so expensive?
My God. And why does tissue finish so fast? Why did tissue finish so fast?
It's so fast.
You know?
Like you want to buy one ply, but one ply is like too strong. It's just that's struggle tissue, man.
Just use use water.
I think Arabs have something.
They knew it all along.
When I build my house, I'm putting a bidet in.
A bidet?
Yeah.
Nah, man. Just put a kapompi in the toilet and a small hose pipe. And a small hose pipe. I don't know, man. Might change your life, bro.
We have a tap. We have a tap in our bathroom.
Yeah.
In our toilet.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll just get a hose pipe.
Get a hose pipe.
If mom or dad ask me what's going on,
just like, don't ask too many questions.
But thank me later.
Thank me later. You'll be counting these savings, bro.
Thank me later, bro. Like the money that you're supposed to be using for this, we'll take it to something else.
So, so I continued thinking about how we were raised, and I remember my dad, he was so hard on me, he really put the fear of God in me about, being responsible and making sure I'm organized, making sure, I'm always clean. He's just like, go bath. And I'm just like, why?
I mean, for what reason?
Go bath, do this, he would always, and I remember he always told me, he would always, because I'd always try to make excuses, and I think that helped me a lot. He would always be like, just tell me the truth, just admit that you are wrong, and I was like, man, give me a break, man. I'm tired, it's so hard being a teenager. Because I thought I was suffering, because I thought I knew everything. I thought I was like, I'm an adult. I
think being a teenager is like the worst time.
It's the worst time, right? Hormones are raging.
Because you don't know what you want.
Independence. You don't know what you want.
But you know what you don't want.
Exactly, right? So, because I'm growing up, man, I guess, I want to start a family soon, and I'm like, what am I picking out from like my parents' lessons, and what am I like taking away, like what's important, like what do you think, like
I'm taking
what are you keeping with you, and what are you just like no?
I think because the older I grew, my dad took me on his runs, like when you're nothing for I'm asking for money. But he's like, there's no money.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, oh, no, let me show you where the money goes.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, okay, no, and card. You'll be the one swiping.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yeah.
That we're getting.
Yeah.
So you know how much I'm spending on this. That I think that made me appreciate him a lot.
Yeah.
Because like, bro, you're spending this much on this certain period.
Yeah.
In a short time. In a short time, you're spending so much money.
Yeah.
And I know I'm asking for something like minimal.
Yeah.
But adding it to the budget makes it like over extreme.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it got me to not asking. I haven't really asked for money from my parents for like a while.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
Especially when I started kind of like making my own money in a sense. I didn't ask for money.
Yeah. Me asking money from your parents. Me sure. Nah.
So this one time dad asked me, the
audacity.
Whatever. I'm like, no, So I started telling him what I do, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, cool. I mean, you're actually doing something, and it's actually getting you money,
which is crazy, right?
Which is crazy.
Because our parents were very. Education will save you. Education will save you.
Especially when your parents both my parents are teachers.
Yeah, education will save you because now people can do so many things, right?
Yeah.
We have Mr. Ninja Photography, aka Mr. Velvet Toast over there, just doing so many things, right? And I think maybe that's something that I would sort of take half of that from what like my parents taught me, what my parents taught me, because right now there's so many opportunities. You can do so many things. You can be creative. You can get into sports. You can still go corporate, which is still a great idea if that's where you want to be. But now I think there are more avenues. I don't think our parents had the opportunities to really live their dreams
or diversify.
But yeah, diversify. And I don't think that was really their fault. Can you imagine? 1975 talking to you as your dad talking to your grandfather. And you're like, I want to get into photography.
I want to be a musician.
And he'll be like, are you mad? Are you mad? We just came from Fumino.
Yeah.
And you want to take photos, you want to be a musician? Yeah. He'll be like, no. And then he would call your grandmother, or that would be your mom if you're your dad, from the kitchen, because it's 1975 and obviously your mother is in the kitchen. Where else would she beat 1975 in Zambia? She's obviously in the kitchen.
She's obviously in the kitchen.
Cleaning something. So then she'd come in and he'd be telling her, it's like, and then she'd kneel down and she'd sit because one wrong move, because one wrong word, and yeah. It's just like, yeah, we don't condone GBV, but it was 1975.
Those are our times.
It probably happened.
Those were our times.
Yeah, right. They'll be like, you're crazy. You want to get into music? Education has saved us. Your granddad out there with his like
grade 9
certificate, and his like crafts degree,
and he's a minor.
You just be like, you're crazy. You crazy child. Why would you become a musician when education is going to save you? Look at all the people working in the mines, being teachers and doctors and lawyers, and you want to make music? Because at the time, again, it's 1975. I think that's just like right before the AIDS pandemic, or when it was just about to start. So artists are just dying of AIDS, and he's like, you want to die of AIDS?
Oh, you just want to die because they didn't know.
You just want to die.
You want to die. Everyone dies.
Before they should have life. Just like, get out of my sight before
I clap you.
Before I clap you, and your mom would go back into the kitchen because it's 1975.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So, like, I take that. I think I'd allow going in the future. I think I'd allow my siblings or even my kids in the future
to be a lot more.
I'd let them explore options. Of course, education it's a game changer. Going to university, getting a degree or a diploma, it would do so much for you. It would just open up your mind. I believe that. I'm not putting down anyone who has no formal education and has made it. Congrats. Do you? I think you're doing a great thing, but I think it's, if you want to just, be a little bit safer, an education definitely exposes you and would help you.
I think everyone should have a trade of some sort.
Some sort of trade.
Some sort of trade
would be great.
Because because you can't really rely. That's something I got from my dad also.
Yeah.
Like education is the end all be all, right? For most people. Yeah. But like a trade, like a talent. Let's say not really like go to trade school and get like whatever.
A skill.
A skill is important.
Invest in some sort of skill.
If it's a talent, let's say you sing. Singing is hard.
Singing is hard.
Yeah, making it as a singer is hard.
It is.
But
it is.
If you push, no matter if you push hard.
Yeah.
If you push hard, you could make it.
You could
make it.
Oh, that's true.
So I say everyone should invest. I'm going to tell my kids to invest in a skill, a trade, or a talent of some sort.
Yeah.
Because with education being the first go-to, the trade or the skill, the talent should be like a backup.
Should be,
or vice versa.
I think so. Just
or vice versa.
I mean, follow your talents. Maybe you find a skill in your talents, and that will take you somewhere.
Exactly.
I just remembered. Another hard lesson my parents taught me. Right, without saying it, my dad taught me. When it comes to money, make sure you handle your own money, right? So this was like years ago. I think I could have been 9 years old, and I had I was 50,000 back then, right? 50 kwacha now, 50,000 note back then. I think either my uncle gave it to me or I won it somewhere, and I was so happy, right? And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? Because clearly I had great initiative, and I was like, I want to save it. I want to keep it safe, right? Because my dad used to give me, I think, 1,000 kwacha to wash the car. Mm-hmm. Granted, I never used to wash it properly. I used to splash water onto it, but I think he was like, at least work for your money, right? Yeah. And I had made like a 5,000 kwacha, five kwacha now, and I was so happy, right? And then I had this 50,000 kwacha, so I was like, 55,000 kwacha. Then I was like, hey Dad, stupidly I asked, hey Dad, could you keep this money for me, right? And he was like, oh great. That would be great. Sure, my son, that's great. You're trying to save your money. You're my good child. He even shook my hand, and I was like, yeah. So I think maybe like a week passed, and they started selling hot dogs at school, and I was like, and they were like 2,500 or something, 2,500, and I was like, I want some hot dogs, and then I think I made a mistake. I should being older now, because he had come home. He came home a bit late, and I stayed up. Right, he's come home late, and he was tired, and he was kind of stressed, I guess. And I opened the door for him because I heard him coming up the stairs. I opened the door for him, and I didn't even greet him, and he was like, "Dad, can I have my 50 kwacha? Can I have my 50 kwacha? Can I have my 50,000 kwacha?" And he just passed me by, walked a few steps, and he turned around and he's like, what 50 kwacha? And I'm like, the 50 kwacha I gave you, Dad. And he's like, so that bread you ate in the morning, where do you think it came from? You think I can keep a 50 kwacha for you when there's bread to be bought, when there are things to be bought? Sonny,
I have a similar story.
You need to grow up. You need to grow up, and you need to know that there are responsibilities in life and things must be done. You're a man. And that was, and I never gave him money again. Like to keep? Yeah. No. I kept money in a sock under my bed. I was like, thanks for this lesson. And the lesson was like, manage your money. Keep your money. Otherwise.
Mine was recent.
Yeah.
When I used to work at the cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have an account then. Yeah. So I used to keep my money in my mom's account.
Yeah.
But the thing is, my mom's okay with, I could trust her with my money.
Yeah.
So after I stopped working, I went to Lusaka.
Yeah.
And I wanted to process my passport stuff. So like, let me use my money, because I'm not asking Dad for money. Yeah. Pressure, or asking Mom for money. No.
Yeah.
So I go home like, Mom, can you send me the money?
Yeah.
So that I can start processing this passport stuff.
Yeah.
Then she was like, we've sure how we so. I'm like, what?
Why have you involved this man? This was between you and me.
Why is he part of this?
Why is he now part of this?
Then she was like, but we swali wa film pia. Kutenshi. I do the cement. Cement ya kuisa ya kuplot. I'm like, what? How?
How have I?
Then she was like, no, I told your father, no, there's my Paulo's money in here. Then he was like, come over, Shasha. So I know. So the phone goes to Dad. Like, Dad, Impia Chan. I'm like, damn. Chan Shimpia tells me, what Chan Shimpia? I go, if your passport is on to start applying to schools, China and the like. And they're like, oh, okay, just go. Okay, cool. Me thinking Monday was going to send the money like a week or two. So I call him a week later. And I'm like, that nigga should Impia shida. Taishta mo block na kind of cement. Then I'm like, number to Machananka, you didn't go obey. Blonde. He's like, Ningan de obey. And I'm like, Chapa. Ningan de obey. Aban over one saba, Okarambo, because I'm the last one.
Yeah.
Okarambo about the bang shaman piasa. No, in fact, thank shaman looking shaman pia. But see, we walk as we bang shop. So in Ingana, I need. Because of granddad, Ningan de obey. The manipulation, man. The manipulation.
Man. Do you know what your dad was doing there? Man, he was cooking. And do you know what he was cooking? Beans. Beans. That's what he was
Bruh.
cooking. Beans.
Iningande yobeno. So ininga na yaini. Nganafa. We can song tarika tawa ingande yawa. You could have ingande yawa. You just said I put money in this house. And I built this house. And I was there when it was being built. Where were all of you?
Oh man.
And I'm just there like,
yeah, and that's it, man.
That's how I never got my passport. I still don't have my passport.
Yeah, man.
And that's just like that.
Yeah, man. But
yeah.
Jokes aside, man, I think just to get it all in, it's great to have parents.
It's great to have parents.
I know. Not everyone's parents are the best parents out there, but there's always something to appreciate about them. If your parents have in any way contributed to you growing up, being where you are, alive, hopefully healthy, I think you should be grateful. I'm grateful. And the mentorship. There are just so many things. I remember I lost both of my parents, right? Yeah. Hashtag double offer. Yeah, there's no feelings in this studio, bro. It's like your parents are dead, both of them. So what?
And it's coming from your brother.
It's coming from my brother in the studio. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, right. So, I work for myself, right? I work for myself. My dad worked for himself. Like, I think his whole life. I think he barely was employed. So, sometimes I sit and just like, I wish I could have had that mentorship from him. I wish I could.
Right now.
Yeah, right now. I wish I was here too. I mean, my dad was a difficult man to deal with. But I miss him, and I feel like there was a wealth of knowledge that he could have given me. And now, like I said, we're growing up, we're going to start families soon, we're going to be doing so much. And I know I've got my uncles, I've got people there, but having your dad or your mom there and ask them like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
What about this? Am I doing this right? Am I doing okay? You know that feeling when your parents is like, I'm proud of you, you're doing great, and that stays with you for a while,
Yeah.
Just like, you're my sunshine,
My sunshine.
And that's my sunshine, and that stays with you, and it's important. And I know we've said it. I know we can't take everything our parents taught us, but I think there's a lot that they gave us, and a lot that we can definitely
pick
give
up.
our younger siblings, those of us who have younger siblings, or children, those of us who are going to have children soon. Apparently Toast is having a baby soon. Velvet Junior.
Velvet
Junior. Velvet.
VJ.
No. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing to have parents, and I know parents are part of growing pains.
Yeah.
Because at one point or another, you kind of have to put your foot down and be like, I'm grown. I don't know how that work out for you. I don't know if your parents are, people of the belt. They might not take it that easily, but you also have to kind of assert yourself. I don't know how well you do that, but like
at some point you have to become your own person.
You have to become your own person, and your parents won't allow. Your parents are like, you are my child. What do you mean you want to move out of your house?
Told my mom to go to Lusaka.
To do what?
To do it.
Where?
For who?
Just to go and play in Lusaka. Lusaka, no.
Who's going to be here if you're in Lusaka? Because all my siblings are growing up, being the last born.
Yeah.
I am the worker mule.
Who's going to feed the chickens, Kawaya?
Who's going to feed the chicken?
So, I mean, yeah. So I remember just having so much of so much conflict with my dad, just trying to assert myself, and like, especially when we don't agree, and telling him like, I don't agree with what you're saying, and he never agreed, but you could tell like the following weeks would come and he would be a little bit more lenient. Maybe when I came back home late, he wouldn't talk about it, or he would just make like a silly backhanded comment, but he wouldn't take it further than that, and they would continue.
They're coming home late.
Yeah.
Coming home like 2021.
I remember because I was so scared of my dad seeing me with girls. I was so scared, and one time, not too long ago, maybe like 2 years ago, I think my girlfriend at the time, ex at the time, and I think we were walking in town somewhere, and then he saw me, right? I think I was working, or I think I was already working, but I was still coming from home. And he saw me, and then like weeks later, he was like, was that the my Bapongoshi I saw there? Was that the Bapongoshi? And I was like, eh? And I was like, my brain short circuited, and I was like,
damn.
That's what are you? And he was just joking. He was laughing. He was being very,
Very
just like.
about it.
And I was like, what are you talking about? And you're just joking. And I was like, I didn't even laugh. And I was like, okay. And he just went, and I felt like that was something. Felt like that was.
My parents are never seeing me as my girlfriend until it's time.
No, man, you have to start.
No, I'm not denying it in public. My parents just don't know about it. Because I mean, keeping your relationship separate and your family separate is important, especially especially if in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
When it gets towards the end of the relationship where you're going to get married, then yes.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, when you have parents who are very traditional.
But you have to start somewhere.
You have to start somewhere.
Because they're going to want to see their mulamus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, is that the mulamu? I said Bapongoshi before. Oh, mulamu. Yeah. Are those our mulamus over there?
My mother is not meeting anytime soon.
Oh.
My sisters maybe.
Maybe,
soon. Oh, my sisters know about her.
Yeah.
But
I think parents are getting a bit more, as you grow, they're a bit more like lenient. Okay with it. You can joke about it at some point. You know, they're not like before, like, I'm like, where? They're playing with girls? What?
I think 2-3 years ago, my mom and dad found me as a girl. And then it became a whole situation. And during the pandemic, it became a whole situation. Dad was upset. That both of them were upset in a sense.
Yeah.
And then mom came to ask me, so, I was a girlfriend over there. But not Chicana, I know my son. The girlfriend work over there. And then I'm just there dying, like, bro, that's not my girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, it's not even like that. More boys. With a mom, but yeah, that's the thing. So it's we have to separate these things.
We do, man. Anyway, I think we have to sign off. We didn't sign in. We didn't even plug the podcast. So, this is the Shimi Podcast. Shimi. Yeah, just here trying to have casual conversations. We talk about interesting things. We have interesting people. Mm-hmm. You and me included. Very interesting people. As the interests. Yeah. So, an outro. So, to my right, I have Maps, Mr. Pink Socks.
They're blue today, though. You can't see them because I don't have the energy to lift my leg. Because, I'm old now.
Maps just didn't wash his pink socks.
True. I didn't. I wore them yesterday.
Maps just didn't wash his pink socks.
I wore them yesterday.
Yeah. And in this corner, you have the one and only.
We have the Withu.
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 So this is the Shimi Podcast signing off. Love your parents.
We have a special guest today, even though he's been silent the whole day. This is Area Cutout. We had him in the last episode, not the last episode, like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
When you weren't there.
When I wasn't there.
When you weren't there, he took your place. He took your place.
Yeah.
So he's taking Toast's place today. So yeah.
Can we CGI something here? Is it that type of screen?
No, it's not that type of screen.
Is this like future advertising space?
Maybe we could. We could have it as future advertising space. We can make a plan. We can make a plan with it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, it's been have fun having you guys. Damn, Jesus Christ.
Man.
It's been fun having you guys.
This heat done made my Palo forget English.
Hey.
All right,
fun.
so
bye.
See you guys next time.